Welcome aboard the flagship of the Balance Catamarans model range. This is the biggest boat we've built to date. Welcome aboard the Balance 750.
This is the new Balance 750 Ultra Velo, built with a full carbon substructure of what we at Balance call the carbon core. This stunning new flagship sets a new standard for luxury high-performance catamaran sailing. With this launch, we've executed on our vision of handcrafting cutting-edge catamarans from 46 to 75 feet whose exciting high performance is purposefully coupled with unrivaled luxury, quality, and comfort. The 750 Ultra Velo is our proof of concept in the performance superyacht range. She is the work of many hands both here in South Africa and around the globe. This is truly a vessel built upon a design and build philosophy driven to achieve uncompromising performance and unrivaled luxury at sea.
In this video, I'd like to show you both sides of this vessel. Firstly, how does she perform? And secondly, what are the creature comforts of a vessel like this? So with that, welcome aboard the Balance 750. Let me show you around.
The 750 is bathed in natural light and air with a graceful design that moves us from one lovely area to the next with ease, and a connection to nature that focuses on simplicity and modernism. The interior is a mix of textures from real wood to gloss finished carbon to stone countertops and soft fabrics that can be highlighted with bold colors, rugs and blankets.
So this catamaran naturally has a lot of space because of the size of her, but still we want to optimize the feeling of space, and that comes into having a lot of flow. And as you can see here, as we have on all of our balances, there's this easy flow from the outside into the inside area. And how beautiful is that huge open doorway and this incredible view all the way around. Let's appreciate the size and space of this boat. So come step with me inside the cockpit here. You can see this table is set comfortably and spaciously for 6 people. But there's not just that, there's seating all around me, over there, over there, over there, over there. And of course, that's exactly what you want when you have a barbecue like this. Did you see these little lights? How cool is that? Inside here, we also have an ice maker, and these here are pretty cool because you can keep your herbs out here to get some sunlight, and when you're ready to use them, you bring them inside. And in the galley, there's a specific place where you can keep them there. So bring your herbs in and bring them out, depending on how much sun they need. As with all balances, underneath all the seating out in the cockpit, there is ample storage. And for drinks, you've got one fridge over here and another one over down here.
Look around and see all the elements we've built in and how they are blended for lifestyle and comfort. Everything from a hot and cold freshwater shower for after a dip, parasol for ease of departure if you're headed to shore. Climb up top and you will find a fly-style coach roof lounge with custom-made sunbeds. There are also 2 sun biminis that fold out from a cavity in the coach roof at each helm station for those hot and sunny days. The expansive indoor-outdoor flow defines her, with social zones to fit every moment. Let's step inside this luxury home at sea. The Salon settee adjusts at the touch of a button. A 55-inch television screen drops from the ceiling. The blinds adjust with another push of a button. Sonos surround subwoofers are built into the beam, and the mood is whatever you want it to be. In the galley, there are 2 double drawer fridges, 2 double drawer freezers, a Miele dishwasher, a Miele steam oven and convection microwave, and even a Braun trash compactor. Everything is made easy with quality. There's an induction hob with a pop-up extractor, and at the designated coffee station, a cooker tap providing UV filtered, sparkling, or instant hot water right at hand. Look at the details closely. There's carbon fiber inlay that runs throughout the joinery, every piece worked by hand. The promise of Balance is that luxury and performance go hand in hand. This is your home at sea, the place where you are free.
And there's room for everybody. We have a stateroom that I'll show you just now how big that is, 2 guest cabins, ensuite guest cabins, a captain's cabin, a crew quarters, even have a gym aboard. And with a big battery bank, solar, inverters, you can run a full household in here, no problem.
And that is no exaggeration, because the system behind it is built to make silence the default. At her heart are her primary house lithium-ion banks, 48 kilowatt hours and 48 volts, along with more 24 and 12 volts. 2 5 kilowatt inverter chargers deliver 10 kilowatts continuously and can surge higher to carry the Galley when it all comes on at once. Nested in a designated soundproof service room, there is a 19 kilowatt Onan generator with its own dedicated day tank. And let's not forget, 3 kilowatts of solar up on top. And the whole boat runs on C-zone digital switching, so all that complexity answers to a single touch. This is what lets you lie at anchor, run a full home, and hear nothing at all. But she's also built to stay out there, to adventure off the grid when desired. She carries up to 4 tons of liquids. That's a ton of fuel and a ton of water in each hull. 2 Schenker water makers make 300 liters an hour each. Her hot water comes straight off the engines through the heat exchanger. With just a few minutes of running an engine, you can fill her hot water tanks. Large tankage, real energy, genuine independence. This is true global cruising capability, and on the 750, that is not a phrase, it's a fact. The Ultra Velo keeps you connected to the world you left or the one you still work in. Up the mast, 48-mile radar and long-range Wi-Fi. For communications, most boats carry one system, but she carries 2 of everything, including twin Starlink and twin Peplink, set up by Apogee Systems. Shore Wi-Fi from a distance, 5G, or satellite. She stays online just about anywhere on Earth.
On catamarans in general, this is your social area, but of course you want a little bit of private time. And for that, let's go down into the cabins. This here is the master cabin, and oh my, this is big. Of course, the room speaks for itself in its size and in its beauty, but the standout feature here is that this is a king-size bed, and yet still we have access from both sides with a stair that comes up here. All along the side here, you can see you've got storage, which is great, but it's not just there, it's also under the bed. You've got big drawers that come out. You've got these personal little lockers here on either side of the bed. You've got more cabinetry there. You've got all this compartmented storage under the desk. And that's just one half of this cabin. Of course, you come into the ensuite area and there is this dual setup and a dual big wardrobe at the back there. And even in the head here, there's even more cabinetry in there. So it's basically everywhere. And whenever have you had a cabin be so large that you could just disappear?
Everywhere you look, the story of contemporary living with its mix of natural elements is presented. Every cabin aboard is an ensuite. The beds are dressed on completely natural, organic fabric mattresses. The lighting and mood run on a VMAR system. Every wardrobe is lit from within. The paneling is soft to the touch and hand-stitched. Underfoot, the decks are hardwood Canadian maple, a timber you can truly source responsibly. The escape hatches are framed in carbon. Countertops are a solid surfacing brought in from the UK, specified by Design Unlimited, who shaped the whole interior. None of this was quick, and none of it was easy. In fact, it took years from design to finish, but that in the end is rather the point.
On the starboard forward cabin, which I'm in right now, there's a lot of space again, and it's divided into 3 sections. I'm starting right up in the one side, which is the crew, head and shower. As we step back out here, you will see the crew has double bunks, and all the features are in here. The fans, the light switches, the bedside lamps. There's even a full hanging closet behind this door over here. And as they come out of their private room into this larger area here, you've got a table, you've got a nice lounge suite and a television on the wall. As well as in here, you have your washer dryer, and here you have a whole lot of the most important boat systems that you can monitor. But sticking to the space, moving further on through here, this is then your private cabin for your captain. How cool is that? And all the luxuries in here are the same as the guest cabins. So all the same storage, the same features, and also right over there where you are is another ensuite head. Whenever have you had just one cabin in a boat be that long?
So that is how she looks after you. But a Balance was never only about comfort. For all this space and all this quiet, she is, underneath it all, a thoroughbred. And that is the part almost nobody expects. There is genuinely nothing else quite like her. And you feel it most the moment she begins to sail.
Let's talk about performance. And when we talk about performance on a Balance Catamaran, not just this one, but any Balance Catamaran, the first thing that I want to highlight is actually something you don't see. It's what's underneath, it's what's inside.
And this is where it starts. She is a carbon core build, the one we call Ultra Velo. A full carbon substructure runs throughout her. Every bulkhead, every beam, the dagger boards, the rudders, all of it carbon fiber. The hull itself is a resin-infused epoxy over a foam core, with carbon worked in wherever the loads run highest, around the chain plates especially. This is cutting-edge carbon hybrid epoxy construction. The same thinking that went into our 526's carbon usage, taken to a far larger scale. And up in the bow, a 1/2 meter crash box, completely sealed and watertight. A boat like this is not assembled, she is built, decision by decision. And when it comes to performance, that is the first thing that needs to be understood about her.
We deliberately kept this boat under 24 meters. By doing that, she is a CE certified boat rather than a boat that's in a class.
That's because there's a line in yacht design at 24 meters. Cross it and your boat is no longer a yacht in regulatory terms. We deliberately designed the 750 to stay under that line. You get the volume and the performance of a super yacht without inheriting the super yacht's rulebook or its running costs.
This boat is also fully hydraulic, which means she's really easy to sail short-handed. And down here below in the deck, there are 3 DC motors which run off the lithium bank, meaning if you want to do some sail trim at night, you don't have to run the generator, which makes a noise and keeps everybody up.
Everything she does hydraulically, with no electric sailing functions anywhere on her. The main sheet runs a Harken purchase inside the boom, and every sail is worked on 4 Harken 990 winches. Again, all hydraulic, with foot switches so your hands stay free. The steering is a Jeffer system with no cables at all, only solid rods, feeding carbon rudders, with 2 independent autopilots. There are load cells reading her loads all the time while she sails. The carbon dagger boards raise and lower on a hydraulic ram at the push of a button. And here is something almost no luxury catamaran offers: 4 distinct piloting positions. The forward cockpit, a fixed helm on the port bulkhead, and a pivoting Versa helm to starboard that lets you steer from up top in the open air or folds down into the shelter of the aft cockpit when the weather turns. Every one of these stations carries B&G chart plotters and displays, giving you the speed, depth, wind and apparent wind, and a live reefing chart. So whoever is driving always knows exactly what she's doing. It is an enormous amount of system for a boat this size, and yet she stays genuinely easy to sail, short-handed. And that ease is not luck. Every part of it, built for us by Hydronautics in France, was planned, flashed, fitted, and pressure tested by hand. Look on up and the same intent runs all the way to the masthead. A Mastrum carbon mast on a single spreader rig, a carbon fishbone boom, and carbon rigging throughout. The longeron, the crossbeam, the martingale. Right at the bow sits the Carbolink martingale, bringing the whole rig forward and holding the bow rigid. And there's not a turnbuckle on her. She is tuned instead with hydraulic jacks and shims under the mast. And even the boom is clever, joined to the mast on a hydraulic pusher ram, so there's no outhaul to grind on. You simply push the boom to shape the sail. Her sail wardrobe is a full suite of North 3DI. The mainsail and triple head sails, a self-tacking jib, a staysail and the big reaching sails with an asymmetric spinnaker for running downwind. They furl hydraulically on continuous lines led back to the forward cockpit, so all that power stays centralized and manageable.
And something that really surprises me, and I guess this might be a sensitive topic, seeing, it's a her, we've got to talk about her weight. It's surprising that a boat of this size, 75 foot, with everything it has on it, comes in at 34 tons. And yet still, she sails like an absolute dream, matching wind speed or even coming just in above it.
And that is the number that tells the whole story. 34 tons, fully found, fully fitted, with every luxury amenity possible, and she still keeps pace with the wind. With a long waterline, a refined underbody, and generous clearance under the bridge deck, keeping her smooth and quiet as she goes. This is luxury without compromise, speed without sacrifice. On most yachts, one of those costs you the other. Not on this one. And if you want the hard numbers behind that feeling, here they are. Just under 24 meters on the hull, over 11 meters in the beam, and a rig that stands more than 33 meters above the water. She carries close to 340 square meters of sail upwind, and almost 500 under her asymmetrical spinnaker. A long, lean waterline for speed, and a wide beam to give her the stability to stand up to all that canvas, and a tall, efficient rig to drive her. Length, beam, and sail area. That is the trinity of catamaran speed under sail, and she has all three in abundance. This is exactly what it takes to move 34 tons at the speed of the wind.
So come on through to the forward cockpit. Over here we have, well, obviously a nice and comfortable table. I would say this is the best breakfast seat in the house. But it's also a place of utility. This is where you hoist your sails. And it's got all the hydraulic functions that you would also have at the upper helm station.
Forward of this area, the ground tackle is as considered as everything else. A hydraulic windlass and anchor that slides back out of the seaway while she sails, then deploys off the crossbeam on its bridle when you settle for the night. Underfoot, between the hulls, taut Dyneema trampolines. Firm, safe, and the best seat on the boat when she's flying along. And there is one more surprise up on deck. Tucked behind sealed bulkheads sits a pair of proper sail lockers. Handmade rooms you can climb right down into, where the big code sails live out of the weather. On most boats, this is just a hole in the deck you stuff a sail bag into. On the Balance 750, you could almost move in.
This is the engine room.
Behind these soundproof doors, in each hull sit a pair of Yanmar 4JH 110s and SD15 sail drives.
Here is your Coultry dive compressor. These things over here, and there's actually 3 of them in this compartment.
An automatic fire suppression system. Spaciously laid out are the systems you need and expect in an engine room. Raycor double fuel filtration with polishing and transfer, an integral 9 kilowatt e-power unit, 2 immaculate engine rooms, identical port and starboard, every fluid and filter exactly where a good engineer would want it.
Well, that's the Balance 750. On some boats you have to choose. It's performance or comfort. It's space or it is speed. But on a Balance Catamaran, you don't have to do that. And this boat here, the Balance 750, is probably the most intense expression of that idea that we've done to date. So thank you for coming aboard. We hope to see you in the next video. And until next time, stay in balance.